I'm Debbie Peveril, and you're listening to the weekly tip from basicboardgovernance.ca. Today I am revisiting the social media policy. There has been a fairly prominent psychologist who is being disciplined for tweeting outside of his scope of practice. So what does this mean? That means that he's been putting messages on Twitter that show opinions about things that a psychologist isn't trained to comment on. So how does this apply to the rest of us and our social media policies? Well, you think about employees. If an employee is tweeting on Twitter or they're making comments on any social media platform, are they doing so as a representative of your organization, or are they doing so as an individual? And this needs to be clear, and your policies need to be clear. If someone is using their employer-provided email or their profile makes reference to the place where they work, then it is reasonable to assume that they are speaking on behalf of their employer. So your policies need to straighten that out, that employees, if they're going to use a platform provided by the employer, that they're only to speak on certain areas where they've been told what the position is of the employer. If an employee wants to speak on their own behalf, then they need to have a personal profile set up that makes no mention of their employment, and they should be using, nothing that has anything to do with their employer if they want to keep it separate. So the issue has been raised with the psychologist that it's a, freedom of speech issue. There isn't a freedom of speech issue if you're speaking on your own behalf. If you're speaking on someone else's behalf, then of course you have to adhere to their policies. So it's another wake-up call for employers to make sure you've got a social media policy that your employees understand and have signed and have agreed to comply with.